Welcome to Momatize Your Passion, a podcast for moms looking to turn their passions into online brands that serve others. I'm Tara Lon, a content strategist with over 10 years of experience creating viral content seen by millions. I'm here to help you grow your brand and reach the people God has called you to serve. Welcome to the show. Hello and welcome to whoever is on the call. Thank you so much for joining. Today, we're going to talk about 10 things that you can fix on your platforms to grow your brand. And this is a part one because there are more things that you can fix just in general. These are 10 very common things that people miss. So we're just going to go through it. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat and I will do my best to get to them. All right. So why is fixing these 10 things important? They're important because when our platform aligns with our goals and they are strategic, we can actually bring more people to our brand, and that's how we can grow our brand. And there's so many different reasons why fixing these things matter. People begin to understand what you do when your platform aligns with what you are offering. They begin to trust you faster. They know how to work with you because you are clear in your messaging. They begin to see you as a thought leader in your field because you are consistent across your platforms. And then ultimately, your brand grows with intention because you're intentional on every platform that you are on. So those are just some reasons why fixing these things matter. So I'll just share a little bit about me. So if you do not know, I am the founder of Tinseltown Mom, which I started in 2014. So I originally started out as a blogger where I was interviewing celebrity moms about their road to success with the hopes of encouraging regular moms to pursue their God-led dreams. So that's how I started out, and it's expanded from there. I started a podcast about 6 years ago, and I have been a content creator for 14 years, but now I'm a content strategist. So I help Christian women to grow their online brands through organic marketing. So that's just a little bit about me. There's more things to say, but that's just a little snippet for those who do not know who I am. So let's just get into the heart of this discussion. So the first thing that you can check on your platform, and you can do this right now, let's do this in real time, is to check your social media bio. Is it clear on who you help and how you can help them? So let's just do this exercise. Just go to your social media right now. Pretend like someone is coming to your platform for the first time. If they looked at your social media presence, would they know what you do and how you can help them? I cannot tell you how many times I've gone to someone's social media page, and let's say it's someone I want to work with, or let's say it's someone I want to have on my platform to interview. I go to their social media platform and it tells me nothing about them. It tells me, yeah, they like coffee or they like pets, but it doesn't actually tell me what they do or how they can help me. Even if you are not on social media on a regular basis, your social media presence should still be clear and tell people exactly what you do. It's almost like a business card. So if you hand someone a business card, it's going to let them know what you do and how you can help them. Think of social media in the same way. It's just digital. So just look at your social media and just take some notes. Like you can write down some notes right now, just as I'm speaking, on some areas that you can actually change. So that's the number one thing that you can check is your social media bio. Is it clear on who you help and how you can help them? The second thing to check is your call to action on social media. Are you clearly telling people what to do next? When they come to your platform, do you have an email maybe in your bio that tells people to email you if they have questions? Are you directing them to a sales page? Maybe you want to sign them up for your newsletter. Are you directing them to your newsletter? Maybe you just want them to share your platform. Are you making that clear on your social media bio? So that should be clear. So check that and just, again, take notes. And if you need to go back and make changes to that, then make sure you do that because that is so important. When people land on your page, You want to make it clear on what you do. And you also want to make it clear on their next steps. Make it very simple for them. The third thing to check is the link that is in your bio. Does it lead to somewhere strategic? So a lot of people have something called a link tree, where there's one link in your social media bio. So if someone clicks on that link, it'll just show them what you do. It'll direct them to maybe a podcast or a blog or maybe a sales page or a newsletter. Or maybe you just simply have one link on there that is directing them to maybe it's an upcoming webinar that you're going to conduct. Or again, maybe it's a newsletter that you want to lead people to. Make sure that you have a link in your bio to make it easy for people, because people are always scrolling on social media and they do not have time to be trying to find you and find what you do. So make sure your link is clear, make sure people can click on it, and make sure it leads them specifically to the next step that you want to take them in their journey. Let me just check here, see if we have any questions so far. All right. So the fourth thing that I want you to check is your I help statement. And when you have an I help statement, someone can instantly understand the problem that you solve. For example, I help Christian women grow their online brand so they can make a positive difference in the world. What do you do? What do you help people with? I can assure you that you can help someone with something. Even if you sell online bags, you help women feel beautiful so they can blank. There's something that you help people with, because God has given us these gifts and these passions and these dreams, not just for ourselves, but that we can positively impact those that we're supposed to impact. So you think about, with whatever it is that you're trying to sell or pursue, or whatever message you're trying to get out, how are you trying to help people with that thing that God has put in your hand? So again, just take some notes if you're not sure right now, but in your bio on your social media page, you can actually tell people what you help them with. So you are clear on your strategy. And again, they're clear on how you can help them. So in your bio, it could just be something very simple. I help my ideal audience solve what problem? So the fifth thing that I want you to check are your keywords. Now, this is called SEO, or search engine optimization. SEO is literally just when you are optimizing your content to make it easier for people to find you. And one of the easiest ways for people to find you is to include keywords on your platform. I don't care what platform you are on, whether it's social media, whether it's a podcast app, whether it's blogging, whether it's your newsletter. You should include keywords so people can identify you with your subject matter expertise. And those who are unfamiliar with keywords are literally the exact words that your ideal customer is searching for. So for example, some of my keywords that I use are brand growth, organic marketing, Christian women in business, because these are specific words or keywords that my ideal audience is searching for. And I can assure you, whether it's on social media, Google, the podcast app, the search bars, the algorithms are getting so sophisticated that they can literally parse your words and bring you to your ideal customer. So when you are using keywords on your platforms consistently, the algorithms, they know how to connect you with your ideal customer. So just again, go to your platform and look to see, are there any identifiable keywords that are there that your target audience might be searching for? Maybe it's, I'm just making this up. Maybe it's Christian encouragement. Maybe it's organizational help. Maybe it's fitness basics. Whatever it is, those keywords that you think your ideal customer is searching for, make sure you include those words on your platform. So again, just take notes and you can come back to this and just make sure you implement that. So the sixth thing that I want you to check are your featured or your pinned content. So when you're on social media, go ahead and let's look at Instagram or Facebook or whatever your preference of social media is. Is there a pinned bio where it is a pinned content just means that that content is static on your site. So instead of you posting something and it disappears, you have 3 areas on Instagram, for example, where you can pin content. And I would highly recommend the first pin is your bio, where you're telling people exactly what you do. You can pin a bio actually on social media on your grid. The second thing that I would suggest is that you pin your offer. So, what it is that you actually help people with. And then the third thing, there's more flexibility there. Maybe you want to pin something that you did, maybe an event that you did. For me, in the past, I've pinned, I did an event where I was backstage at the Gospel American Idol. I was covering it actually. It was a Christian event. And I pinned that on my bio maybe for a month or so because I was trying to attract people who were wanting me to cover other events. Right now for my third pin. So for me, I have my bio pinned. I have an offer pinned. And then the third thing is I did a local news interview for Good Day Sacramento. So that's pinned on my bio and it tells people a little bit about what I do. So I have those 3 things pinned on my bio. But the third thing could change at any time, or I could actually restructure the bio and have a different one. So for you, think about 3 key things that you think will be important for your ideal audience to see when they come to your platform. And again, even if you are not active on social media, this is your business card. This is what you are showing people that you do. You're making it very clear for them because we want to have a digital presence. And if we have a digital presence, it should be professional, it should be clear, and it should lead people through a sequence of when they first get there through that ending offer. So the 7th thing that I want you to check is now I want you to actually go to your website or your landing page. I mean, I do recommend if you have a business, you should have a landing page or a website to direct people to because it is professional. I know when I'm thinking about doing business with someone or having them on my platform, I always go to their website. And if it's not optimized, then I might not do business with them or I might not want to partner with them because I really do look for that professionalism. So whatever platforms you choose to be on, show up professional. So when you go to your website, so on your website, you should have an About Me page on your website. If someone lands on your website, you should have an optimized About Me page where it tells people exactly what you do and a little bit about your story. That is key. You have to have that on your website. Does it clearly tell people about your experience and why you can help them, why you are the best person to help them? And then also on your website, you should have social media icons that point people to your social media platforms. I don't know how many times I've gone to someone's website and they don't have those social media icons. So I can't actually do my due diligence, my research on them and see what they're about on social media platforms. This is just a mark of professionalism. When you have a website, you should actually clearly lead people to your other platforms. And if you have an icon, one-click link, it should clearly lead them to those other platforms so they can get to know you. Again, your website is one thing, but when people go to social media, they see you in a whole new light. They see you in a different light, actually, because you're showing more of your personality. Maybe you're showing a little bit of your family life. So that actually tells people if they want to work with you because you're showing a different side on social media. But if they can't find you on social media after landing on your website, then you are doing them a disservice and you're doing yourself a disservice because you might be losing out on business or you might be losing out on connections that you should have. So just to piggyback on that, the 8th thing, make sure you're linking to your social media on your website. You want to make sure it's actually visible because sometimes, again, I will go to someone's website and they have a social media presence, but it's not visible on their website. You need to clearly show them on the first page how they can connect with you on social media. And then the ninth thing are testimonials. Are you displaying social proof on both your website and also your social platforms? So you may not have testimonials yet, but if you do have testimonials and you share that on your platforms, that just lets people know that you have something of value that has helped someone else. So even if you have a testimonial of someone who has used your service or they have found your success to be an encouragement of their life and they want to just share a little bit about that, having that displayed on your platforms actually goes a long way because it shows people that you can be trusted. It shows that they can get something of value from you. And it actually encourages you. It encourages your journey. When you have a testimonial, when you ask someone for a testimonial, someone that you've helped, and they give you that testimonial, it's actually encouraging because maybe you didn't know they felt that way about your service or about what it is that you have offered. So those testimonials are key. If you can get those, you should definitely highlight those on your platforms. And then the 10th thing is, this is just a general thing. It's just to make sure your profile photo and your branding is consistent. Does everything visually align with your message? So I am on Pinterest primarily, Instagram, Facebook. I have a podcast and I also have a blog. My brand colors, my logos, photos, it's all consistent. And branding is not just about the aesthetics, it's about how people feel when they come to your platform. That's all aligned for my platforms. I was intentional about that because I started my brand over 12 years ago and I was very intentional always about how I wanted it to look, how I wanted people to feel when they came to my platform, what I wanted them to leave with. So for you, for your branding consistency, you want to make sure it's consistent throughout on every platform. So even though someone comes to my Instagram page, for example, even though, it's different, it's more personal, I do a lot of funny videos, it's still, my message is still consistent throughout. There's a through line. And even the aesthetics is very similar. Like people, when they come to my platform, they're not thinking that they're coming to someone else's platform. They still know it's me because it's still a similar look and feel. So for you, think about your branding. Think about how you want it to look. Think about how you want people to feel. Think about how you want people to walk away with something. And just make sure it's consistent. If there's something that's not aligned right now, just go ahead and write it down. You can come back to it because these are just things that I want you to think about and things that you can fix along the way. It's going to take time to fix all these things and get to the root of what you want it to look like. But this is something for you to think about. So why do so many women feel stuck in their brand? This is a consistent theme. Women feel stuck in many cases because they are just not sure on how to actually do the foundational things that, many people neglect. They post every day thinking that, people coming to their platform is going to help. They're creating all these offers that might be confusing, or maybe they have too many. They're rebranding repeatedly, thinking that's going to solve the problem. They're buying more things, thinking that's going to solve the problem. And really, it's the foundational things that is lacking. So this is part of the foundation, is checking the 10 things that I mentioned. That's part of, building your foundation and just making sure you're setting it up on the right foot. So if those things are lacking, then you're going to feel like you're stuck. You're going to feel like something's always missing and you're just striving and you're not really getting to the thing that God has called you to. So I really want you to get to that place because my goal, my heart is really to empower you to impact the people that you are supposed to and actually get the visibility that you're supposed to get. But if you're not doing these foundational things, it's really hard for your brand to grow. Over the years, I've learned many things that has helped me to grow, and having those foundational things has helped. I've got millions of views, viral hits, all these things because of these strategies that I put into place. So I want the same for you. So I did put something together that might be helpful for you. It's called Build Your Brand Audio Bundle. It's about 2.5 hours. It's an audio bundle and it's curated from my top ranked podcast. There's 10 to 15 minute short lessons that you can literally listen to on the go. You can come back to it and sit with it as well. You can listen to it over and over. It's only $37 and it'll help you to clarify your message, find purpose in your passion, identify your niche and ideal audience, figure out the platforms that you should be on for your brand, build visibility, create consistent content using SEO techniques that I've learned over the years. There's also some monetization ideas in there and a 90-day goals workbook. So it is an instant download. Again, it's only $37. If you feel that this will help you in your journey, what do you have to lose? Just go to buildabrand.tinseltownmom.com. You can download it today. You can start listening today. Again, that's buildabrand.tinseltownmom.com. I will put all the information in the notes and prayerfully it'll help you on your journey. I'm going to just check my notes one more time to see if there are any questions. Yes, I have questions. Let me see. Okay. Yes. So this person is asking NW, is there an ideal number of keywords to include in captions or posts for discoverability? That is an excellent question. So depending on your platform, that will be, it'll be a variety of different keywords. I would suggest at least 2 to 3. And these keywords should be keywords that you use on a regular basis. So for me, brand growth is one of my top keywords. I use that on a rotating basis. So I try to use that in, a lot of my content. So we will have another segment where I talk about content pillars. And content pillars are when you have 3 to 5 content themes that you rotate with on a regular basis. You might have different keywords in those content pillars from one to the other. But in general, let's say for one post that you do, I would say 2 to 3. For your platforms like social media, I would say at least 2, because you don't want to put too many keywords and it's not authentic. So 2 to 3, I would say on your platforms would be good. And then another question here, for a faith-based encouragement brand, what can function as social proof? Oh, if you don't have traditional client testimonials. So social proof can come in many forms, because even when I first started and I didn't have client testimonials, I actually reached out to people to offer free services. So that is what I would recommend. I would recommend find somebody that can benefit from your service and see if you can offer it to them complimentary, and actually take them through your strategy, whatever it is, maybe you have to show them something that you offer, or you take them through a service, and then get their genuine feedback and ask if they will give you a testimonial based on that. So I'm sure you can find someone in your group, at church, wherever, and you can offer this free content or guidance to, and they will give you a testimonial in exchange for that. All right. Thank you so much for listening today. If you got value from this episode and you know of someone else who could use this, would you do me a favor and share this with her? My platform is not only meant to be a blessing, but it's meant to encourage you to pursue your God-led passions so you can make a positive difference in the world. Until next time.